Hey, what's up? Tim Sykes here. This is day 2 of me being sick. My fever has gone down roughly 1 degree, so I'm only at 100-degree Fahrenheit fever, so I'm feeling a little better. But there's trades, and there's so many students and so many plays right now. I still have to work. I'll sleep when I'm dead, but I'll also sleep tomorrow when it's Saturday. Where do I start? I guess my trades today. I'm up nearly $1,000. Um, Actually, over 1,000. This is realized, so this is like 750 in realized profits, and then I'm also in this play right now, SYNC, which began spiking. I picked it up on my stocks to trade high of the day scans, so it was hitting the high of the day, and I did some basic searches, and the rumor is that this is the latest play. Of one of Agora's many newsletters. Agora is one of the largest newsletter companies in the world, not for like day traders, but for longer term investors. And apparently they just picked this as their number one play. I haven't seen the report yet, but when a stock is breaking out to new highs and a few people have posted it online, I'll go with it. There's just not much risk. This stock has been consolidating for months. In here, 9 months, 8 months since the initial spike. They won the deal. What did they win? I think they won the deal to handle AT&T.com, and they beat out, what was it, Yahoo? I think they took the contract away from Yahoo. So this is like this little software company. They don't do anything that special. They just build websites. But for a little small company to redesign, was it AT&T.com or Verizon? I don't know, one of them. But it was a big deal, and it never really had any follow-through. And this one has had a lot of fake-outs of follow-through, but just no real volume. So when I see a volume perk, and I see it breaking on the high of the day, and also understanding how these long-term newsletters act, because this isn't like a chat room picking it. This is a newsletter where people are not glued to their screens. And I guarantee you, a lot of people who are subscribed to Agora, and I don't know if they're going to release it to their other newsletters. That's what they usually do. It's like a domino effect. So they give one newsletter an early head start, and then it goes to another newsletter, and then another one. And so every newsletter, pushes it up even more. But more importantly, for this one, I think people are just going to read about it in this Agora newsletter over the weekend. And I think that's going to lead to a gap up or a morning spike on Monday. The reason why I'm not bigger in this, I only have a few thousand shares. Normally, there's literally no risk here buying it at 310. Even if no one sees this newsletter, even if it does nothing, at worst I'm going to lose like 5 cents because it's just not up that much and it has such a strong base. But if I'm right, the upside is more. The reason why I'm in so small though is look at this level 2 here. It's in the 5-cent spread program. And now the regulators are trying out this 5-cent spread program. They think that it's going to encourage, more trading, more market makers. I don't know, some bullshit. All it seems to do is piss traders off because the stock barely budges. So it's going to be interesting on Monday morning with this stock when ideally you have all of these Agora newsletter subscribers hearing about this as this being apparently their number one pick for 2017 and trying to buy. And I'm sure that the Agora people don't know anything about the 5-cent spread. So they're just going to buy because they're, long-term investors and they're just getting this pick. This is why I don't like people following picks because, you're just a blind, dumb monkey. But Agora doesn't care about teaching people. They just want to give picks. And that's generally a much bigger business than what I'm trying to do, where I'm trying to actually teach you guys the ins and the outs. There's a reason why Agora is much larger than my newsletter. That said, I think that all of Agora's blind little dumb monkeys are going to push this up. I don't know where it closes. We still have a little, 2 hours to go in the market right now. So I don't know if this closes at 325 or 330 or even 315 or 310 or 340. But I'm almost guaranteed, unless it really starts spiking, and it hits my goals, I'll be out at 350. I'll be very happy if it gets to 350. But if it closes anywhere here, I'll probably just hold it over the weekend because there should be a pop from all the Agora people. Agora has tens of thousands of subscribers, and I'm guessing 80 to 90% of them are not even looking at their email on a Friday afternoon, or they're not willing to act on it on a Friday afternoon. They're going to read the research report over the weekend. And so this could be a big Monday morning popper. Again, it's in the 5 cent spread program, so I'm not like, whoa, my God, this is definitely going to go to 4. This 5 cent spread program is annoying. I've done decently on it. I had Emkr. I was buying this in the 820s and I sold it in the 860s. It got all the way up to the 920s. This was an earnings winner. And then there was another one. I don't even remember. I'm sick in the head, literally. But there was another one that didn't really do that well. What was it? Was it EKSO? Is EKSO in the 5 cent spread program? It looks like it. Was it EKSO or was it RWLK? They're in the 5 cent spread program too. I don't know. I mean, this program sucks, but there's nothing you can do about it, so it's not worth complaining about. You just have to understand what it means for stock. And, SYNC looks like it's breaking out, but it's just not going to go very fast. So I have a very small position. But aside from that, I've already locked in a few $100s on EGLT and PIR. PIR I want to talk about because this was my overnight play. This was an earnings winner yesterday. I bought it a few times, and I just want to, review this. I know I talked a little bit about it last night, but I don't even know if I was making any sense. Some people were confused. Why am I buying this? Why am I buying all these $8 stocks? I don't want them to be $8. I don't want them to be under the 5 cent spread program. I don't get to choose. I just go with setups that I think there's good risk reward. And when I was buying PIR in here around 8:10 yesterday, I thought that it could do this morning spike, and it did. How did I know to buy it in the low 8s, 8:10 to be exact? I didn't care whether I got it, first of all, at 8:10, 8:15, 8:20. There was resistance, if you go back 200 days, at 775, which it broke out above. But then this big resistance right here was 8:15, 8:20-ish. So when I thought it could break this, there's really no resistance until the high 9s now. It's probably just a little overextended. That's why it's not going up quicker. But I bought it at 8:10, sold it in the 840s a little too soon, and went all the way up to, what did it get up to, 930 yesterday? No, 910. So there was $1 a share of upside for my buy yesterday. And then it consolidated, and guess what point did it use today as support? 820 again. This is technical analysis 101. I was actually long overnight thinking that this was the bottom. So I was long in the 840s. I sold it right near the open when it looked like 860 wasn't going to break. But what I coulda, woulda, shoulda done is gotten in closer to 820, because 820 is the magic level. Okay, so I want you beginning to look back at past resistance. EMKR, how did I know to buy it? Also, this one was in the 8s. Why was I buying it in the 8s? Well, if you look back, 2-year chart, there was resistance here around 845. And on this one, this is where it comes in handy knowing which stocks are in the 5 cent spread program, because when a 5 cent spread stock starts spiking, it can move really fast because, people are just trying to catch the breakout. Before the breakout, it's kind of tough. So for me, because I know that this is going to add an extra layer of difficulty, I don't necessarily need to wait for the perfect breakout. When I'm buying EMKR in the 820s, and I actually did this trade live in front of a few challenge students. I was teaching live in person. And if you're interested in learning live, we're going to be doing another session in Miami in March, I believe, March 2017. So email admin@timothysykes.com if you want to learn in person. But I was buying this in the 820s before the breakout because I anticipated that, let's say it had failed at 840, 845, I wouldn't be able to get out very easily. Like normally, if it wasn't under the 5 cent spread program, okay, let's say it tops at 845, I'll get out at 843, 840, 838, whatever. There's multiple downticks where there will be buyers at every level. Now with the 5 cent spread program, let's say if this stock had double topped at 845, guess what? Just 3 downticks, 840, 835, 830, and all of a sudden you're down 15 cents. So with these 5 cent spread stocks, I'm not going to be as aggressive waiting for the perfect breakout because I don't care if it tops because I'm not buying right at the breakout. I'm giving myself some leeway. And on SYNC, why is this not working? On SYNC, it's a potential breakout here at 328, but 330, but I wouldn't be chasing it here at 330. I'm in at 310. So I'm already up, a decent amount. So if 330 turns out to be the top, oh well, so be it. And I cut my losses or I'll take small profits, whatever. So with these 5-cent spread stocks, you don't want to be too aggressive. And I can guarantee you that the Agora, blind monkeys who are going to be chasing this stock on Monday don't know, and they don't care because their time frame is different. Maybe this will be a big winner over the course of the year. I mean, it's definitely consolidated. It doesn't look like there's that much risk, especially now that they have this big contract win under their belt. Maybe they're going to announce another contract win. So maybe the Agora blind monkeys, are going to be very happy in the long run. I don't care. What I care about is being able to predict when they're going to get in. And because I know Agora and I know, the newsletter business, I know that their investors are not going to necessarily look at it right now. And so that creates a potential catalyst for Monday morning. So that's that play. I also want to talk about EGLT. This one's at 794. Let me show you a multi-day. So this is just the first green day. It has a habit of spiking for multiple days in a row. Here you can see it spiked 2 days in a row. Here was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green days in a row. Here was 1, 2, 3, 4 green days in a row. This was 2 green days in a row. This was 2 or 3 green days in a row. This was like 7. This was like 5 or 6. So today is just the first green day, and it's on huge volume. And I saw this one actually popping up on my scans. Let's see. How do I find this? Oh, I had some students to congratulate. I have so many students. Nick, good job on DCIX, making $3 grand today. Connie, I don't know how many shares this was, making $1 a share on DRYS. There was one that I wanted to show. I have so many freaking tweets. Christina got through my trader checklist for the 3rd time. She says, thank you for the free material. Trader checklist, by the way, will be free until December 31st. January 1st, you're going to have to pay for it. Some of you guys just don't respect free material. So maybe if I make it premium, then you'll actually watch it. But Christina, thank you for watching it. And if you're interested, go to traderchecklist.com. Mark made $2,300 today on ESEA and DCIX. Bob was using stocks to trade, and he made $210 in 5 minutes. Jack, you get a follow because you're watching my trader checklist guide, and you said if you're not taking advantage of it right now, you're missing out. I agree 100%. Stealth, I love this. You get a follow because you say, forever grateful for Timothy Sykes for introducing me to my passion at 20 years old. Some people go their whole lives without finding theirs. That's true, and I'm glad you got started early. I like this. Tradinger, you get a follow because you nailed DRYS in at 531, out at 585. And then in at 540, out at 586. So making 10% on DRYS, it's nothing to laugh at. Even though the positions are small, that's fine. Tyler, good job, profit, $3 grand today in 15 minutes. Yamaris, good job, starting right now, just making $50, but you're learning, and you took the meat of the move on DRYS. Dan, you get a follow because you just had your biggest win on EVOK, made $1,000. GR made like 130. Where is this tweet? Oh my God, there's so many. Stock Ticker, you get a follow because you watched my DVDs and video lessons, and you just made over $100 on SHIP. Here is the tweet, by the way, on EGLT. And the spike happened. It was news, and it popped up on Stocks to Trade high of the day scanner. So the news was right here, and it went from 750 pretty much all the way up to 810. I did not get executed on this first spike because it was so quick. But this is where understanding that, you don't have to be first in the penny stock game really helps you make good profits. So the question is, okay, I missed the spike. What do I do now? The news was positive. It's just the first green day. We know that this stock has run in the past. We know that biotechs are hot right now. So putting this knowledge together, I'm looking to buy it on a dip. Now, the previous day high was 760, and I got in right here on this dip here at 770. Why? Because it had already hit 810 on the news, so if the news really is that meaningful and if it is going to go higher, then it can probably retest 810 by my logic. And if it does that, that's fantastic, and I make 40 cents a share. And that's actually exactly what happened. It double topped here at 810, and I took my profits. You didn't have to do that. It's still here at 795, and it's been using 770 now as support, not even 760 as support. So look for these key levels. Understand that you don't have to be first with breaking news ever. Sometimes the stock will just spike too quick. I don't want you chasing it. I want you thinking, okay, I missed it. What can I do if it comes down? What's a good entry point? And 770 has been a good entry point both times. And I apologize that this is a $7, $8 a share stock. I know it's too pricey for many of you. I don't choose which stocks are really working right now. DRYS, was a fantastic play yesterday. From the 3s, 4s, and the 5s, and this morning you could have gotten out in the 6s. And I believe I said that I think it could hit the 6s or 7s in last night's video lesson. The shorts won today too. So, longs make money, shorts make money. The problem is if you short too soon, it's just so stressful and you risk so much. And if you're buying and you're chasing, that's just dumb. So don't think that it's so easy. You still have to be disciplined. Another play, there's so many. APTO was a quick spike and then drop and now like a little bounce. There was something that was very similar. APVO, which was a quick spike. Look at these morning spikes. So if you're going for these morning spikes, again, you're going to have to continue to be really fast. XGTI was a big morning spiker on rumors of this deal with Tesla that Benzinga put out. There's no press release. There's no confirmation. This is one of the worst companies in the world. I would not trust it at all. So congratulations to shorts. You're actually making a lot of money. Although it is scary to short a stock that might have a Tesla deal. Many deals are announced on Monday. So if you're short, I wouldn't necessarily hold this stock over the weekend, just in case. Because if they actually do get the Tesla deal, this thing can really spike. What's another play? PIR, again, I sold a little too soon here near the market open, but I wasn't getting the gap up. And then 820 turned out to be the dip buy. And it did get up to 880. So there was 60 cents a share from bottom to top to be made today. Yesterday, there was like $1.30, $1.50 from bottom to top. And I, was there. My buy alert was in here. So there was roughly $1 a share of upside. So you're just trying to pick these stocks that have, potential. EVOK is another one today. And I didn't want to chase it because every single penny up was so excruciatingly tough. There are big sellers everywhere. So I didn't want to chase it. I warned against it. I don't want to necessarily short it because I'm still not sure. A lot of you think, oh, Tim's not buying it. It's a short. Or Tim's, shorting it. So it's definitely not a buy. There's a lot of times where it's just no play. And, from basically 210 up to 240, back down to 210, up to 240, back down to 210. I mean, this is like a bouncing ball. And a lot of traders, again, you're going to burn yourself out if you play these choppy stocks and you get so stressed out. That's not what trading should be. OPGN, I specifically said I didn't want to chase it in here. You got a nice little run up today, but not as much as the other day. There was buyout rumors on this one too. There's so much bullshit being spread right now. I'm not even going to name any names, but when you have all these rumors flying and these stocks flying, just don't believe anything. Okay, this is why it's so important that you learn. You'll see that all of these companies are absolute shit in the long run. 99% of all these rumors are wrong and they're just lies. So you can't chase them. If you can dip buy them, okay, I understand that, but I prefer dip buying plays with real good news like PIR. This isn't a rumor that they had good earnings. They actually did, and several analysts upgraded the stock. A few publications wrote about this stock. So this is real good news. SYNC, I guess it's just a newsletter pick, so it's not exactly, great news. But because I got in at such a low price, what am I going to risk? Losing 5 cents, 10 cents if I'm wrong? DRYS, I warned against dip buying it in here. You don't want to dip buy these hot sector stocks when they fail morning spikes on day 2. I don't mind dip buying earnings winners. I don't mind dip buying contract winners, but these hot sectors can often quickly become cold. So anyways, speaking of cold, I'm going to go blow my nose. I'll see you guys in the chat room. We still got 2 hours of market action to go. Be careful into the close, okay? We have a lot of stocks running, and I just don't want you getting hurt, especially if you're a short seller. I understand that junk can run right now. Look at MJPI. This is the junkiest company that I've seen in months, and it can't do anything but go up. So that's the market that we're in. Adapt or perish. Shalom. Shabbat shalom.